morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're going to be talking some real estate investing today, so I'm going to give it a second here while some people hop on. But in the chat box, if you guys could let me know where you're at out in this country or in this world today. Right now, I'm sitting here in Southern California, but today we're just going to go over some Q&A. Q&A over wholesaling, Q&A over house flipping, really Q&A anything about real estate or being an entrepreneur or business or really anything you guys need. So in the comments, yeah, just let me know what kind of questions we have. Torrance, California. I've flipped a whole bunch of houses in Torrance. I like flipping houses in Torrance. Good morning, Garrett. How you doing? Pacific Northwest. Good morning, James. But yeah, we've had some exciting news in the market, by the way. We've seen interest rates doing better. We've seen demand increases. We're seeing good sales volume in select markets. So things have definitely improved when it comes to the real estate world. Good morning, Farah. So anybody see the new season of Flipping 101? It just came out last Thursday. It's a lot of fun. The three guys, the two brothers and the friend, they were a wild bunch. Tonight's a really good one too. Don't forget to watch the new season. It's every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Lavette. Was that Lady Carter? Good morning, Lady Carter. She's one of our Rockstar homeschooled students. All right. So any questions for me today, you guys? All right. We got people coming on now. All right. All right. So I have a question. Is there anyone that wants to be a real estate investor that's not a real estate investor yet? And if you're not yet, are you wondering why? Can I help you? Karina from Tempe, Arizona. My only question is, what are your inputs of flipping mobile homes? Well, the same amount of time it takes to flip a mobile home is the same amount of time probably to flip a house. But the upside is much bigger on flipping a house. So I would steer clear of mobile homes myself because the opportunity is just not big enough and you have to spend the same amount of time. Gendria, you do not have to be accredited to flip houses and wholesale houses. You do have to be accredited in some cases to invest in a real estate syndication, is where we pull money together and we buy projects as a group. So this company right here, TEM Capital, if anyone is an accredited investor and you want to partner with me on some real estate deals, you can go to temcapital.co. No one, I've never changed a flood zone yet. Oh, thanks, Lady Carter. Said homeschooled by Tarek is life changing. That means a lot to me because I put my heart into this and I really want you guys to find success and just live that life that you've always wanted. And it's possible for each and every one of you. Step one, make the decision. Step two, make the action, right? So it's just about getting started. Alicia, since KC has been hard for me to find a property, what other investor wholesale state is good to look in? Alicia, I would continue looking in the market that you're in because you got to remember people are doing deals there every single day. So maybe it's about the approach you're taking. Maybe it's about what you're saying while you're having a conversation. So I would definitely say get with your coach, get with me on the next Wednesday webinar, and let's break down your business and kind of see what's going on, and let's put a plan together for you. So without a plan, it's real hard to find success. So let's identify a plan. Josh, when you first started, did you use your own money or use a bank? When I first started, on the very first deal I did, I went 50-50 partners, and I put up half the money myself. Which it wasn't much. I think it was about $60,000. It was my life savings. Plus, I had to sell a Rolex watch. But after that, I just raised private money from people who wanted to invest. And I did that by going out there and getting deals that were just so good. Anyone with a brain and a pulse wanted to invest with me. So if you're someone that gets out there and you can find deals, the money's going to come. One, do you have any classes that explain syndication? I don't have any classes, but in essence, syndication is a pool of investors getting together to buy a piece of real estate together. And then within that, there's LP, which is a limited partner, which is the investors, and then there's the GP, which is the general partner. Those are the managing partners. So the GP or the general partners, they're the ones who are responsible for all the work pertaining to the real estate. And the LP, the limited partners, they get all the benefits of owning the real estate, but not managing the real estate. Maria, my GC sent us an off-market deal. My husband is asking, would he be concerned like a wholesaler for us? I'm sorry, Maria, I don't understand the question. Alicia, yeah, Alicia, the live event was fun. We had such a great time. It was life changing for me too. I just had so much fun, charged up my batteries, got me excited and motivated, and I love live events. So the next one's coming up in a couple months. Josh, I think that is a great choice. But before you go out there and buy real estate, before you get hard money loans, you need to invest in yourself. You need to learn what to do. I don't know if you've scheduled your free strategy session yet with Homeschooled, but if you haven't, you should. All right. Frank, good morning, Tarek. How do we get some of these wholesalers to stop setting such high expectation to sellers so the end cash buyer has a home to purchase? Let me read that again. To stop setting. Uh, you can't. You're never going to get anyone else to do anything. The only thing you can control, Frank, is your life, your actions, your thoughts, your beliefs. Ignore the noise. Don't worry about what other people are doing and just focus on what you do. So for me, not one time in my life have I ever thought about anyone else, how they're going to affect my business, because it's my business, and what they're doing has nothing to do with what I'm doing, because I know what I'm doing works. And that's why it's important to take massive action every single day. Alicia, yeah, I think we could set something like that up. All right, this is from Lamar. Hey, Tarek, do you invest in commercial real estate? I have an opportunity for you. I sent you the info on your business chat on April 29th. Instant message me. Probably are 15 to 16 mail. Yeah, Lamar, you could probably send me a message on social media and I'll take a look at that. But yeah, I do invest in commercial real estate. We buy existing multifamily and self-storage, and we also develop new construction, multifamily, and self-storage. Question: if you do selling, I'm assuming that's seller financing. If you do seller's financing, what are the different options to raise funds for renovation? Would private money be the only option, or can I do a hard money loan? To the best of my knowledge, if you're doing the seller financing, a hard money, raising private money would probably be the best route. And if you were to go hard money, well, in that case, I don't think you'd really need the seller financing, because that would replace the seller financing. Would the GC be considered a wholesaler for this deal? He sent us the property off market. Well, he would only be considered a wholesaler if he got that contract signed and he negotiated the price, and in the contract he put and or assignee, and then he went to you and said, would you like to take this contract? That would be a wholesale. Now, if he just sent you an off market deal and you have to negotiate everything, then no, he did not wholesale you that house. Josh, you have not you're done with the first section of becoming a real estate agent. Point me in the right direction. Well, a real estate agent is completely different than a real estate investor. I like getting a real estate license for access to the MLS and things like that. But being a real estate agent is much different than being a real estate investor. Two totally different businesses. So, Josh, I think the most important thing you can do in your life right now is book a strategy session and figure out what it's going to take to get you going. And I think the opportunity is substantially greater being an investor versus being a real estate agent. Danielle, do you typically have to put up money up front for a hard money loan, or does it go to them at the end? That would be up front, and it's a case by case. Some hard money lenders, they'll do 100% financing. Some hard money lenders, they'll require 10% down. Some will require 20% down. Within the homeschool community, we connect you with our different lenders that can show you the different programs. So I'm not sure if you're in our community, but if you are, you should connect with our lenders and see what we can do. Uh, when you buy a property subject to, do you use a loan servicing company? Yes, you should definitely use a loan servicing company. Unfortunately, I do not have one that I could recommend. Valerie, I'd like to retire early next year. I only have a little bit in my 403B. How much should I have to do my first flip? You can have nothing. It doesn't really matter because if you don't have the funds to do a full flip, well, you can wholesale a house and make substantial money. So there's no barrier to entry in making money with wholesaling and flipping. If you don't have the cash to flip, is it better to wholesale? Absolutely, right? Because if you don't have the cash, you got to wholesale. Or does it make more sense to partner with someone 50-50? That's a case by case. You have to look at the deal and figure out what makes more sense. Now, if you're going to split 50-50 and only make a little bit more than wholesaling, well, then I would wholesale it to minimize risk. Now, if splitting 50-50 was greater, like substantially greater than a wholesale fee, then I would probably take that additional risk and I would go 50-50. When I first started flipping, my deal was pretty simple. Investors, they put up all the money. I did all the work, A to Z, and we split the profits 50-50. Pamela, no, you do not need a license to invest in real estate. You can get started today if you wanted to. Corey, what's your favorite strategy for finding cash buyers to buy wholesale deals? I mean, it's real simple. Whatever market I'm looking to invest in, I do research, find out what other homes in the area were purchased in the last year by other investors. Once I find out who those other investors are, I go onto skip tracing sites, which means I put in their names and then I get back phone numbers and information. And then from there, I call those investors and ask them if they're interested in more investing. And a lot of times they are because they're real estate investors. You guys, it's not rocket science. It's processes, it's system, it's taking the actions, it's taking the steps and putting in the work and creating a plan. This is not rocket science. You guys can do this. All right, I'll give it a second here, see if we have any other questions coming in for me. Well, I don't know if we're delayed or if we're out of questions here. Aha, there we go. We got some questions. Okay. How can I get your book, Cash Flow from Commercial Real Estate? If you follow my social media at the Real Tarek El Musa, I will be announcing that very, very soon. And the book is fantastic. You're going to like the book. Marco, would you suggest to become a hard money lender? Well, if you don't want to put in the time to be a real estate investor and you're sitting on capital, I think it's a great idea. Alicia, where do you recommend to learn about creative financing? I can't afford coaching or training right now. We've all been there, not a problem. The internet is full of free material. You can literally Google, teach me about creative financing, and a zillion videos will come up and you need to start studying. How can I find wholesalers for off-market properties? I just mentioned that a minute ago. You want to find out what investors are buying in the area that you're looking to buy, and then do some research to find out their names and their phone numbers and their email and whatever else you can, and then you do outreach. Where do you think California prices are going in the next few months? Boy, I wish I knew. I could not tell you. It's all based on what the government does. If the government drops the rates to 4%, the prices are going to go up. If the government puts the rates at 7%, the prices are going to go down. So it's really, really impossible to predict. Julie, my attitude is positive because it can be done. And I know it can be done because I did it. And I did it from nothing. I literally did this from nothing, you guys. And I know what you need to do because I've done it myself. And that's why I built this program, Homeschooled by Tarek, so I can teach you guys how to do it. Uh, Shimon, do you recommend paying this high cost training to get started? Well, it's a lot more expensive not to do training. So I think it's the best investment in the world if you were to ask me. What nationality is Tarek? Well, Tarek is half Lebanese, half Belgian. Do you invest in triple net commercial properties? Not yet, but I'm in the process of looking for them. Zoe, do you only take on clients in the LA area for Flipping 101? Yes, LA Orange County markets. Erlene, how do you feel about sending mailers for lead generation? I think it's a fantastic idea, but you have to send the right mailer, one, and two, you need to send it to the right person. So those are two very important things. You can't just send mailers out. You have to identify who you're sending these to. So a specific group of people. Within Homeschooled, we had a really good session with a company called Ballpoint Marketing, and they really, really broke down the best ways to generate leads through mail. Karen, for an accredited investor, the required investment always 100,000, or does it depend on the project? Karen, that depends on the project. So like some of the projects I have right now, someone can come in and invest with $50,000. So if you're an accredited investor and you want to partner on one of these deals, they're fantastic deals. Just go to temcapital.co. Very cool, Mo. We're neighbors too, Irvine and Newport. Dejana, I am not a salesperson or a cold call person, meaning personality wise and in terms of wholesaling in your program, is the wholesale based on those principles? You know, sometimes in life we have to work really, really hard to change who we are. And I hope you guys agree. Like, if you look at who I am today at 41 years old, I am completely different than I was at 31 years old. I am completely different than I was at 21 years old. I'm completely different than I was at 11 years old. And life is about growth and becoming comfortable being uncomfortable and going outside your comfort zone and challenging yourself and testing yourself and trying new things. So instead of saying you're not a cold call person or you don't have the personality, well, that's not true at all. You just have to do it. And you have to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, and if you really didn't want to call people, you can run this entire business off text messages and emails. If you're too shy to call someone, send them a text message. It's still a contact. It's still a conversation. I can't tell you how many deals we've bought over email and text messages. Maya, have you ever thought about clients for Flipping 101 outside of California? Unfortunately, I can't because of the travel. I wouldn't be able to travel around because I'm just too busy. John, what's the best way to address being a real estate investor but also a realtor? Uh, well, you're wearing two different hats. If you're trying to sell real estate, you represent yourself as a real estate agent. If you're trying to be an investor, you represent yourself as a licensed real estate investor. Christiane, not sure I can ask this question, but we just completely renovated a home on the California Central Coast and had it on the market for 22 days. And it just reduced the price substantially, and our numbers are still above water. How long do you think we should keep it on the market before we do a break even price? I would say 60 days. And I hate to tell you this, but your break even price has nothing to do with what a buyer's willing to pay. So just be prepared. If you're going to lose money, you're going to lose money. It is what it is, and you got to make it up on the next one. and you got to keep going. Edward, I think I might consider Riverside County under certain circumstances. So yeah, that's a possibility. Jeff, yeah, we're setting up our headquarters for our new solar company called Soar Energy in the Scottsdale area. So I don't know if you guys have seen any posting about our new company, Soar Energy, but we actually have the fastest growing solar company in U.S. history, which is pretty cool. Kimberly, I am investing in commercial real estate. So right now we're buying 376 units in Northwest Arkansas. We're buying 215 units in Orlando, and we're about to start developing 138 units in North Hollywood, California. You know, Maria, I don't think I'll be doing a flipping 101 in Arizona just because of the travel. That's the big problem. I need to be able to get in and out fast so I can run the businesses and I can get home to my babies. Mia. Oh, so you read the commercial real estate investing book. Awesome. I'm so glad you liked it. Uh, Doris, you can go to my website, temcapital.co, and just send us an email with whatever you have, and we'll take a look at it. Josh, someone just called me from Florida from the homeschooling and said they don't teach anything with real estate. Josh, I'm not sure what that means because all we teach at homeschooled is real estate. So I'm not sure what that means. Chelsea, I would utilize Google and do some research. Abraham, looking to get a property under contract this week in Newport Beach. It's around 3 to 4 million. Is that something you would consider buying? Absolutely, if the price was right. I just flipped a house in Newport Beach for 4 million, and I just flipped a house in Corona Del Mar for 3,250,000. All right, you guys. Well, I gotta get jamming right now. I gotta get ready for the day. I hope everybody had fun. I hope I answered your questions. And if you guys really want to get involved in the community and really change your life through real estate, we're here for you. We're here to teach you and support you. So book your free strategy session. And to all my students, so excited to see you. I had fun with you guys last night, and we'll see you next week.